Well, hello YouTube. Well, it's that time of year again where pumpkins are aplenty in the stores. And of course, it's that time of year where, of course, a guy like me wants his homemade pumpkin seeds. So, we've picked up 3 pumpkins here. However, I'm only going to show carving of, one of them. So, basically in this video, we're going to basically lop the top off her, reach on inside, pull out the innards. And of course, then we'll probably do some hand carving on her. And then of course comes the cooking of the seeds. So of course, first thing you want to do is select your weapon of cutting choice. For me, it's a good old knife. Some people like to use a hatchet or a chainsaw. And of course, when you're cutting your top, you always want to cut it at a little bit of an angle. That way the top won't fall into the pumpkin. If you hold the knife straight up and down, there's nothing basically wedged to wedge the pumpkin top in. So you cut her a little bit of an angle. It doesn't have to 100% be perfect. So of course now comes the revealing of the inside of the pumpkin. Hopefully this is one of the good pumpkins. It hasn't gone, soft on the inside. The seeds haven't gone moldy or anything like that. Because, well, one of the main reasons that I do this is for the seeds themselves. So we'll pull open the top here. And first look, the seeds look okay. They're not all green or nothing. So we'll get ourselves a bowl and, start hollowing it out. So of course, now with the pumpkin there cut on open, we have ourselves out a glass bowl. I suppose you can use any type of container you want, glass or plastic, or even some people use newspaper of all things to put the pumpkin seeds on. So pretty much what you're doing is you're separating the seeds themselves from, kind of the inner mess of the pumpkin. Trying to get off as most of the seeds as you can. So pretty much, guys, you reach on in there, grab yourselves a handful, pull her on out, and pretty much separate the seeds like I said. So pretty much to save you guys the next 15 minutes of me reaching in a pumpkin and pulling out his innards, I will basically cut from now to a full bowl of seeds. And then we'll go from there. Well guys, there we go. We have ourselves about half a bowl full from, the yield out of the 3 pumpkins. And of course we have ourselves whatever that would be, about a handful and a half of scrap material that we really can't use for pumpkin seeds or eating or anything like that. It'd be nice to find a way to get more pumpkin seeds out of 3 pumpkins than what I got, because every year I always find that I could eat more and more of these seeds here, and it'd be nice to have more, but at the same time you don't like to have to cut open and carve the pumpkin to get the seeds. And buying them from a store, the pre-cooked seeds just really aren't the same either. So of course, guys, we'll give these a bit of a wash down, a little bit of a rinse in to get rid of any of the other, stuff on here still, just to get rid of it all. And then we'll lay them out on a cookie sheet and they'll be good for the oven. Okay guys, so of course after the pumpkin seeds were washed, laid them out there on a towel to kind of soak up a little bit of the moisture. Got me a cookie sheet here and I sprayed some Pam on her to give her a little bit of non-stick action. I imagine you probably could put, margarine or butter on there, maybe a little bit of oil if you really wanted to, but hey, Pam was the weapon of choice at this time, so that's what we're going to use. So of course, we'll take the pumpkin seeds here, pretty much lay them out onto the cookie sheet. So of course, after you got them out onto the old cookie sheet here, we can spread them out a little bit. You don't want a lot of overlappage. You don't want them to be, stacked on top of each other, because they'll take longer to cook and maybe not cook entirely. They'll burn in some spots and be basically, raw, if you will, and cold in the other. So of course now once you've got them out, spread out sort of like this, go to your cupboard, get out whatever spices you want. And of course this is kind of my own flavor, my own seasoning if you want. You can use your own mix and basically add it from there. This is my own flavor, my own seasoning if you want. You can use your own mix and add it from there. So of course, now that they're all seasoned up and that, basically in the meantime, we've had the oven preheating, and basically we'll stick them on into the old oven here. I'll give them, you know, a stir or a turn every now and again, kind of monitoring the temperature, monitoring the cookness of the seeds. Again, of course, you want the seeds to be crisp but not overdone, but yet on the other hand not to be, you know, still raw and cold. So we'll stick them on into the oven here. Okay guys, so here we are. The oven is all preheated and good to go. Of course, open the old door. Stove on, the old seeds in there. And basically, wait for them to cook. Again, we'll check these seeds every now and again to make sure they're good and all. Give them a good old turnins. And I guess next time we'll see you, they'll be nice and cooked, ready for the eating. Okay guys, so here we go. Of course, over the last few minutes, checked the oven a few times. And the seeds look fairly good, so this time around they should look good as well. So we'll pull them out here and then give them a check-in. So basically here we are. The seeds are cooked. Of course, the black is not the seed burning, it's actually the seasoning or the spices kind of, you know, where it was a little bit thicker. So pretty much they're all good. Even the seeds that are not golden brown are still cooked as well. So basically they are, well, good to go. So of course guys, in this video you've seen us take the pumpkin, carve it on open, basically scoop out its insides, season them on up, and throw them on into the oven. Of course, watch out for part 2 and part 3 of this video series. Of course, in part 2 we'll do the carving, and then in part 3 there is something special coming along. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.